Hey there, how are you doing? This is Kali from Tech Fanciers. In this video, we will see my experience with this Redmi Note 11. I have been using this device as my primary for the last few days, and here are the things that I would like to mention before I move on from the MIUI. So let's get started. So I bought this Redmi Note 11 on Amazon for 12,500 with an ICICI credit card offer. It is 4GB 64 internal, black color. I don't want to list all the specification of this device in this video, as most of the video will be like that. So I'm just sharing my experience. I assume you already know the specs. If you want to get any spec details, you can visit the GSM Arena. I will leave the link in the description below. Firstly, we'll talk about the good things. One, display. The display in this device is good. I was coming from IPS LCD panel, so for me it is a big upgrade. Good AMOLED 6.5-inch display with fewer bezel on the top and sides. Downside notch I don't like much, but hey, it's fine. It is 90Hz 1080 2400 display. I like it a lot. Second, battery. The battery backup is great. In my opinion, this is one of the best experience I can get in this budget. Due to this, I can always use 90Hz and that doesn't bother me as much, as it easily reaches like 7 to 9 hours of screen on time. I don't do gaming and all, just browsing, calls, video and music playback, which just fits this for continuous 2 days. Third, charging. This is the first time that I am using 33-watt adapter. It is convenient to charge for 30 to 45 minutes and I can run a day. 0 to 100 approximately it takes like 90 minutes, but considering it is 500 mAh and the battery backup in this device is really great. Just 50 minutes charge will give like 1.5 hours SOT, so charging is one of the major positive of the device. Fourth, build quality. In recent days, phones become bulky and I'm not big fan of those heavy brick-like phones. Even though it has a bulk 5K battery, the phone feels good in hand and is compact to use. It feels same as my Mi A2 in terms of dimensions and size. Even though it is a plastic, it is a solid build and I like it a lot. Fifth, other features. Some other worth mentioning things are the headphone jack and dedicated micro SD slot, which I totally miss in my Mi A2. I really appreciate for adding that. Also, it comes with a stereo speaker, which we rarely find in this budget range. Overall, good package for this price bracket. So what are the bad things and downsides? Things always turn around and some of those are one, camera. Nowadays brands sell the count of camera instead of quality. It has bunch of them, but not sure which is more stable. I don't think 90% of users use the 50 megapixel option when they intentionally need to open an option and to enable it. That's just common things. To be specific, I don't find the camera very stable. Most of the time the preview just shutters and looks like 20 to 15 to 20 fps, which is looks so choppy. The output wise, not much complaint, but the real-time performance and experience are not so impressive. It doesn't have 60 fps recording even in 720 pixel. Some other same price range phone even has 4K 30 fps recording. 1080 60 fps is a must when it comes to my use case. At the same time, I have to appreciate having a manual pro mode where I can manually adjust focus, ISO and other useful stuffs, which is something I use most often, but as I mentioned earlier, the real-time performance is not so good. I assume that this happened being a new chip and hopefully this will be fixed in upcoming updates. Second thing I don't like is the bloatware. So this may get controversial, but in my case I always prefer stock clean Android. But just to relax, MIUI is good. Actually it evolved a lot. I turned off the options to show ads and other things. I didn't even see a single ad, which is actually good. There is a bunch of useful options like network monitor indicator, themes, color profile and all. Just by changing the status bar style and installing the stock Android theme, I am able to get the feel of stock Android, which doesn't even bother most of the stock Android users. The problem that I found is the bloatwares. Those pre-installed unwanted apps like To Calendar, To Calculator, To Gallery and Photos app, Just example I'm telling. I come from stock Android, so it bothers me much as I was used to Google's calendar and clock up to set alarms and bedtime. Apps like Security, Cleaner, MIPay are pre-installed in this as a system app, so you can't uninstall them until you unlock your device and root it. Also, some gestures and things I find opposite to stock Android, which took some time to get used to. There are some glitches here and there, but that is common. These are the problems that I find when using. There are some other things like Gcam crashing, suddenly blank screen and all, but I assume those won't be a part of the phone. It just happened in my case. Just to mention the processor, I bought this over Redmi Note 10s just because it is a Snapdragon one and energy efficient, which helps more in terms of custom ROM development, Google camera quality and other stuffs that I require. But when it comes to you, please do some checking and searches. There are limitations on other hand where you can't play more than 1080p video on platforms like YouTube, and especially if you are buying this device just to play games like BGMI, better check for alternatives at this price range than Snapdragon 680. That's what about this video. To make this place more power helpful, just comment on the problems that you are facing when you are using your Redmi Note 11. This will help other viewers to decide whether to go for it. From the next video, we will jump into the development starting from unlocking it. Thank you for watching. Kote Moto.